In Flutter, everything is considered to be the widget. So if there is any visible component or any invisible component, that is actually a widget in the Flutter. So widgets are actually the building blocks of any Flutter application. So out of all the possible available widgets there, the application may use a different type of the widgets, and the combination of widgets will just create a particular screen, and the combination of screens will create a particular user interface for the entire application. So widget is a basic building block, and the widget may have some visual appearance, and those are the visible widgets there, and there might be some other category of the widgets which are invisible, and their role is just to lay out some other widgets. By the layouting we mean to decide where they should be located on the screen and what should be their size, width and height there. So in that case the widget might be any visible component, or it will lay out some other widgets there. So there are lots of already built-in widgets there that you can use in order to reduce the development time. So there may be any app bar, a text widgets, different button components, some dialog boxes, radio button, check boxes are there. Everything is called as a widget. So there are a number of widgets available, but some of the commonly used widgets are some basic widgets which will have a static text to be displayed, some rich text, that is the formatted text. If you want to place the logo when you go into the all applications, and if the application is installed, that will be having some logo specified. If you want to use some icons or images in the Flutter project, so you may use these different widgets. Other than that, you are having two special layout widgets there, a single child layout widgets and multi-child layout widgets there. The single child layout widgets will contain the single child as a content of that particular widget, whereas a multi-child widget will contain multiple children's collection of children's as their content within that one. So single child layout widget will have one property called as the child property, where you will specify the child element, whereas in case of the multi-child layout widgets, you will have a children property where you will specify an array of different widgets. So in case of the single child layout widget, you are having the align widget, which may align the child widget which is provided inside the align element to be placed to the left, right, center, or justified alignment. Then you can have aspect ratio, which will maintain the ratio of the width and height regardless of how you resize that particular widget. The padding will provide some additional spacing in between the particular widget border and its contents. Center will completely centralize the contents, or they will position the content within the center. Container widget is one of the mostly used type of a widget in Flutter. So the container widget represents any single child layout widget there that may contain some other widget, and there are a number of properties associated with the container widget that you can set, just like the padding, margin, color, border, some decoration. So many things you can provide there. Then you have the expanded widget, which will expand the widget, the child widget, to incorporate or allocate the entire available space there. Constraint widget, fitted box, size box, transform, or some other widgets there. In case of the multi-child layout widget, we have the most commonly used widgets as the row and column. As the name implies, they will arrange multiple widgets within the row or column structure. Then you may have some other widgets just like the stack and the table, the list view, grid view, layout builder. So a number of other widgets are there. Then there comes some other widgets which will be used to structure the application and for the navigation purpose, just like the material app to provide the design of application, scaffold to define the structure of the application, the top app bar, the drawer, the bottom navigation bar, tab control, and then some other components. Then you can have the input selection widgets there, just like the text field, checkbox, radio switch, and so many components that will receive the input from the user. Then there are a bunch of the button components available with the different styling, like icon button, outline, elevated button, floating action button, menu buttons there. You can have some dialog boxes widgets there. You can have some information based widget just like the card, chip and tooltip there. Then you can also have some styling widget just like you can apply a theme, or you can have a special widget called as the media query. This is also one of the special widget being utilized in the Flutter, mostly being used there. The media query, as the name implies, media here represents any screen, and query means asking some questions. So you are asking some question from the screen. What is your size? What is the current orientation of the screen there? So if you want to have that information, and you want to generate the content or user interface accordingly, then you will be using the media query app there. So these are the different type of the common widgets there that you might use within the Flutter application.